broadcast live.
I just wanted you to know.
Swizz told me let the beat rock.
I saw you last night with the Cats, Major League Cats and Black Coffee, and
yeah,
it seems like you guys were having a dope session out there.
Yeah, we was vibing.
Yeah.
You know, was that Coffee did a little dinner vibe, welcome, and you know, everybody came to the house.
Yeah.
Got to sit down with everybody, just catch the vibes. I speak to everybody, but it was like putting a face to everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And like Casper, all of them, like I speak to them on Instagram and play their music. So it was like, yo, let's just vibe with everybody we already vibe with, you know.
Yeah. Well, just to give you some background on my side, though. I'm from a group called Squatter Camp, which was the first South African hip hop group to find a mainstream channel. Before that, rap wasn't selling in South Africa. So that was almost like 15 years ago. So we were the first guys to find a market for it, you know. Then from then on, you know, I developed, when I started stepping out of the music scene, I developed a platform called slickonlife.co.za, because I just always felt that there's the artist story in South Africa is not always told.
Yeah.
So guys like Casper, when they were starting off, you know, because of my stature then, it was almost like I was giving them a cosign, and I've seen their journey.
Yeah.
So like we said, the development of our business model, we were like, listen, we got to find a way where brands meet up with culture, and someone who authentically is from the culture. I mean, we literally made this thing mainstream, you know, has to also speak on behalf of the culture with the brands and bring that back, you know. So so right now I'm probably the first guy to figure out a way to make a living off a hip-hop platform, which is slickonlife.co.za.
That's what's up.
But getting to you though, I mean,
congratulations. Man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not easy.
In South Africa, it's not easy.
That's not easy.
And I blame it on you guys. I blame it on you guys. You guys heavily influenced my teen years, my high school years. I was the freestyler. I killed everybody on a freestyle.
That's what's up.
I still got it. Did it last week. You know, you know what I mean. So I blame you guys. But like I just feel that it's the new culture, you know, and it keeps evolving on top of the drums, you know. But just listening to your previous interviews and just hearing other people you've worked with, you know, you've got this resilience, you know. I mean, I hear you like do 50, 60 beats a session or whatever, or you used to in your time.
I can still do it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Light work.
I feel that you still want to do it. You know what I mean? When I look at you, when I listen to your conversations, and I see your posts, I still feel that you want to do it, but you just have this broader view of the world also. You know what I mean? But stepping out of music and getting into academics, do you feel pushing the envelope in music though wasn't challenging anymore?
It was challenging, but I just knew that I wanted to explore all forms of art.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to, you know, focus on fashion, you know, which I did. I wanted to focus on, you know, the art side of it, you know, and then I wanted to focus on the educational side of it, and, you know, just give it a time out. Like I've been doing it since 17, way before that, but like successful from 17, and I felt like, you know, I put enough points on the board, you know, over 560 records I produced that came out, you know, over 380 million records sold, got every award and all these things, and I just felt like, you know what, I put my 10,000 plus hours into this, and let me show people that I can be diverse, and, you know, show people that you don't only have to stick to like one thing. You know, you can be skilled in many areas, but you gotta be willing to take the risk.
I mean, the rapid pace of the music world versus the slow time of reading a book. You know what I mean? How did you switch off and literally go, okay, cool, I'm a sit, because you know you gotta literally cut yourself away. You can't be studying in a club. You know what I mean? Or you know, how do you switch off and just get into that space?
I mean, when I was living in the dorms, that's all was around me. Right, and that's why I wanted to physically go to school and physically live in the dorms and be immersed in
that culture.
The educational side of it, because I can't do no homeschool. It's not gonna happen. You know, I can't. You can't play with it. Like, so if you're gonna go in, just with anything, you gotta go all the way in and just block and just aim for your targets. And my target was like, yo, you know what? When I go to school, that's all I'm focused on.
Yeah. So we were involved in the Bacardi house party sessions. We were just running the digital and the content aspect and the influencer in South Africa. What gaps do you see as a person from the culture that you think brands can fill to plaster those patches in the culture?
I think really supporting the culture, not just paying people to hold bottles up, you know, but really investing into the culture. And, you know, like what we do with no commissions, you know, the artists keep 100% of what they sell. That's like a real give back, because we're giving back like millions back into artists' pockets direct. And so, you know, for me, that's like that's what brands are supposed to be doing. You know, so to see, you know, the house parties and things like that, you know, that's why I'm sitting here. You know, I don't show up to anything I don't feel that's authentic.
I was also listening to Kareem Bigg's interview on Drink Champs, and he was talking about how they started their own company because Belvedere never provided them with stock for a party they were having. How are you guiding the Bacardi brand globally to not overlook the power of culture?
I think if I'm involved with something, there's certain boxes that need to be checked. Right, and so when I came over to Bacardi, it was always on the creative, and then, you know, on the creative director level globally for all 300 of the brands. Even though I don't really like titles and stuff, things like that, right? I'm just a partner, right? All these titles, I don't care about the title, so you know, whatever the title is, right? But I knew that it could be an interesting marriage with culture, and I knew that we can do some groundbreaking things that no brand has done before, because, like, you know, everybody's just doing the same thing, like just holding the bottle up, posting. I'm like, I don't even like the culture holding bottles up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like for your birthday or something like that. But not to get paid. I think that like brands should follow what we're doing, and once again, like really find out a way to support the artists. And then if they happen to be drinking Bacardi, it's just natural. And they want to drink it because that's who's supporting them, and it's like, it's a vibe, you know. It's not like, oh, I gotta put this here, but then when they leave, I'm switching the drink. You know? Like, and I think we got it to that level where people, especially in the States, I don't know here, but people, you know, they feel, they understand what we're doing now.
Look, I'm highly of the opinion that, like, and this is just my model also, a lot of the kids that actually in South Africa that come into the culture are not from the best places, and I feel that if you're a brand and you're plugging in and you're helping one way or another, you actually almost buying your spot, you know, to actually help a career, you know what I mean? So for me, that literally talks to the organic placement of brands, you know? The Battle of the Beats was a successful piece, and it was a throwback. Do you look at your catalog and be in awe of like the work that you've done when you like, damn? I mean, I'm sure because you probably listen to your stuff and you're like, we gotta have a Battle of the Beats, it's too much. And you're highly competitive though.
Even last night in the club, they played records that I forgot that I produced, because there's no way I can go through all of my things, and I'm a forward thinker, so I'm never really listening to like my old music like that. If it happens to come on, it's fun. If I happen to be working on something that's dealing with it, it's fun. But as far as being competitive, yeah, I am.
You are highly competitive. I was seeing the videos. I felt like you were harassing some of the producers to actually make it happen. You know the way.
I didn't harass nobody.
I mean, look, I'm looking from the outside. It's
they
like,
harassed me.
It looked like you were already like going, yo, I got the music and I know I'm a win. You know what I mean?
Better have confidence.
Yeah, that's great, yo. It was very entertaining though. You know, it was a great throwback.
Yeah, but he started with me.
Yeah.
I was in China.
Yeah, minding your business.
I was chilling.
Yeah.
He wanted to battle me since 2002. So, you know, he said he wanted to battle me on Wednesday. We did it on Fridays. Whatever.
Yeah. But I just really do love the fact that you in the culture. You know what I mean? That's unquestionable. It doesn't. I mean, growing up, you were a producer, but when I was growing up, but like the more I see you like a cultural person. You know what I mean? Do you think moments you had in studio in the era of J, DMX, the Locks can never be recreated with all these guys? Or do you think what really made it special was that it was the main focus for everyone at that time? You look at like Puffy just did the tour, you know, with Bad Boy. Do you think that like you guys could come together and just like for all time's sakes just create a moment? I mean, the Battle of the Beats is almost like it needs two people. It's a smaller scale. Do you ever see yourself just like having a reunion of those moments so we could also buy tickets from South Africa to come see you guys?
Inshallah, you know. Right? I can't, that's too many people to control.
Yeah.
But look, if it could happen, I'm with it.
Yeah,
you know, I'm with it. Everybody, you know, it takes a lot of moving pieces to bring a lot of people together. So that's why when it happens, it's super special. You know, on my record, I got a moment like that. I think people are gonna appreciate it. But as far as like a big tour with everybody, that's shit. Man.
Oh man, do you think that energy can be recreated with the new generation though?
Yeah, I mean, I think the energy is created now with the new generation. It's just the new generation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And they got their own energy, and when you see the artists of today performing, you see the crowd with that energy. You know, I think what we did at that particular time was what we did at that particular time.
Yeah.
And you got to just accept that. With time, things are going to change.
Yeah.
And you're either a part of it or not.
Yeah.
Right? So.
You without a doubt, are always showcasing your ear for everything. You know, which leads me back to the fact that you are like a producer's. You know, you know what I mean. I really love the One Man Band album. You know, you had a lot of catchy tracks there, and I just felt that I just never caught up with was there a follow-up to the One Man Band?
It's about to be.
I still sing that. You know when the song is stuck in your head? Okay. Oh, it's just
Yeah.
I just sing it randomly. It was like a long time ago, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that. So can we expect that when? Is there time?
Probably around April.
Uh-huh. All right.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Can you give away anything about it?
It's going to be crazy.
Who's on it? Who's on it? You've already said that you've got a special moment like that.
Nah, I just want to let the roll out, right? I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because like if I say the names and people don't understand the concepts that go with the name, it's just going to be names.
Yeah, but is it going to be One Man Band? Is it a title?
It's called Poison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Beyond music, obviously you collect art. Is it an interest, or are you on your 444? Is it investment? Where you at with that?
You know, I started the Dean Collection as my start to build a museum for my kids. And so that's why I started the Dean Collection. But I was collecting art, you know, 15 years, maybe 20 years prior to that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I realized that the artists didn't really have an outlet that was 100% for them. So then I came up with no commissions. Because I'm an artist myself, and I'm like, damn, you know, why are artists being charged 50% just to put it on some walls?
Yeah.
And so I said, if I could celebrate the artists with no politics, I'm gonna do it, and that's what I came with no commissions, and Ricardo's my partners with that. And we went around the world with it. But I collect for passion, but I have a good eye, right? So a lot of things that I collect went up in value big time throughout the years. But the only rule is like I can't sell anything that comes in the Dean Collection, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how much it went up or this or that, because it's not for sale. It's you know, it's in the Dean Collection, so I don't physically own it when I buy it. it goes into the trust for my kids. So,
Dope.
yeah.
Dope. One of the artists that you've co-signed is Black Coffee here in South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean,
he came off with 3 watches last night. Man.
You know, I mean, but what made you feel like he was worthy of the co-sign? I mean, of course he's gifted and he's got an amazing story also, you know, but what made you kind of connect with what he's doing?
Just his passion, right? And, you know, I'm around a lot of people and I got a chance to watch Black Coffee in a lot of different scenarios. And it's not every day you see somebody that is that confident, but also powerful, so reserved, you know. So I got to watch him in New York, I got to watch him in LA, Miami, all of these different places. And he's just on another planet as far as a person, right? And so I connected with him like on a spiritual vibe, or more than music. Like, you know, he makes dope music, and I discovered his music like way back, like when they did the World Cup, right? So, but he's just a different type of guy. You know, he like to help people. You know, he gave me a record that was his first single. You know, like people don't give away their first singles. Like I know this is a big record for him, and he was just like, nah, you know what? You could take it, and we could figure something out. You know, he's just a cool guy. Yeah.
I see also you, the Burner Boy, they were in studio with you, you know.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Very talented.
What is it about the African sound though that's literally, that you think is moving people in the world?
When you think of the African sound, you know, it's a sound that you only can do if you're born here in Africa. It can't, like, it's infectious, and the melodies, you know, you can't escape those melodies. They're spiritual, and when you hear it, it just takes you to a different place. And that's really the strong point in the music, is that people don't really understand, like, even if you pull from it here and there, it's not the same, right? So that's why you never hear me remixing anything. Right? I just like let it be what it is because it's already great. Right? And I just think that the sound here is the only place that can offer it. Right? And so for me, that's what I think is special about it, for sure. It's just, you know, even back when I was listening to Fela, like way back when people was making fun of me for even accepting the African culture as far as with music, you know, they was like, oh man, you need to get back to the Rough Rider stuff. What is this stuff you're listening to? You know, now everybody want to try to figure it out. And so you have to also be a leader as a creative also, you know, so it's not, I wasn't going to turn it off for nobody anyway.
Your eye, you got the right eye, you get the art before it appreciates, you get the music before it appreciates, your culture.
Vibes.
I'm sure though your role at Bacardi gives you a wider scope of the world, specifically market behavior. What's the one thing you never knew about any one of the regions globally that caught you off guard?
I don't think anything caught me off guard because I'm well traveled already. You know, that was the one asset that I gave myself, was to travel, because like people can tell you anything about anywhere, but it's always different when you get there. Right? Nobody would think that we'll be in Josie like this chilling. Like the picture that they're gonna see is like a different side, which everywhere in the world have. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I just always wanted to go see things myself. And so, you know, anybody that's being creative, you definitely need to travel.
So from DJ, producer, artist, entrepreneur, student, corporate, and help me if I'm missing anything else. What's next for Swizzy?
Sky's not the limit, it's just the view.
Oh yeah.
You know, who knows? You know, you just gotta let it go. And I just let it. I just whatever I feel like doing, I'm gonna do it.
That's crazy. I'm just interested. I mean, this is my last question also. The whole rap is obviously macho. You gotta be tough. I mean, you are working with artists like DMX. You're working with like The Locks, Jay-Z. Everybody is grown up, you know. But what age do you guys go? You connect with something that's like, okay, you know, spiritually, this is where I am now. You know what I mean? And being young and being whatever young brings doesn't actually become the most important thing, but you want that spiritual harmony and plug into what you're really interested in, because you start realizing that time is actually a commodity, and you really want to put that energy into really discovering yourself, you know, mentally, spiritually, etc., you know. When does that flip happen? I mean, it's happened with a lot of the guys that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think it's the age, I think it's the stage, you know, right? So whatever stage you in your life that it just hits you, that you realize that you need to plan ahead, or you need to like not do the same things you was doing when you was 18. Some people, they don't, you know, a lot of artists, they stuck in this one thing, right? They still dressing the same, they still acting the same, they still doing the same things that you and I know that they shouldn't be doing, right? And so I think like a lot of people gotta pay attention when it's time to graduate. You know, like every 3 years you need to evaluate yourself and graduate yourself, right? So it's like, if you're not like setting those points or setting those goals, you're gonna keep doing the same thing, and then you're gonna wonder why you're getting stuck here and stuck there. It's like, because you're not graduating yourself. You're not saying, okay, I've done this for 15 years, right? What am I gonna do for my next 15 years? Instead of you just doing day by day by day by day, and it's like 20 years go by of you doing the same thing, like you never elevated, like you feel like you elevated because you got a check, but that doesn't elevate you, right? Like getting a check, it's like getting a check, but are you living your maximum capacity? Are you investing in your maximum capacity? You know, so it's hard for people to take the risk though. So that's the only thing. Right? Like I took all the risks. I'm like,
Look, I mean, I'm going to tell you something just as a South African growing here, and I always say this. I'm from like a township, like when I grew up, you know, and the only time I saw black people doing well, and I aspired to it, was when I saw the rappers. When I was listening to Ice-T, OG, and then, you know, we like NWA, you know, we come, it's just like apartheid, you know, so black people are divided in one place, whatever the case be. And when I heard like these rappers talk though with so much authority, you know, it just made me feel like I can be something, you know what I mean? But you know, there was no rap in South Africa. No one knew what it was. I mean, the only rapper they knew was MC Hammer. You know what I mean? So we used to do this thing, and people were like, what are you guys doing? What is it? They used to call us Yo My Mans, you know? And when this rap thing broke, you know, we found a formula, because we bought in who we are. We bought in the township. We bought in, there was a little bit of American aspiration. Plus, you know, South Africa was at a point where there was a new youth that was developing, and we were almost like the face of that new youth that kind of accepted this new sound. And growing and watching you guys, whether it's whether I was a youth, watching you now, following you on the gram, doing whatever, I see like something that happens with Dre, like with Beats, and I see what happens with Jay, and there's almost a sense of pride, you know, because it feels like it's people like connected to that, like I grew up with, and it motivates me because I'm doing things, you know. We made money off rap without anybody thinking. We built this platform. This is my team here, you know, and I'm part of my team, and it's really out of the heart of rap, out of this thing that I grew up and I watched in South Africa, and I said, I aspire to be as confident and to be as great as those guys, but I want to do it for my people here. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So your evolution as Swizz, I watch, and it makes me feel I don't need to jump and make a song. I don't need to, I freestyle for the fuck of it, but I don't need to do that. But I just need to be true to the culture and build platforms and create new bridges so the new generation can also cross over and go, yo, there was this barrier before you, but like now the door's open. So this is just a thank you, you know, to you guys, I mean, I grew up on you guys, so this is a thank you because I found a connection of what I can be through this rap sport. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So even though you guys were young and doing them, the influence is crazy, and I'm watching from afar and I'm going, it's not over. It's not about you being on stage now. Create the foundation for the guys that are coming. Hence, I say I've built something that I do believe that is going to change the game for artists, designers. It's a new thing. You know what I mean? But you know, you'll see it when it happens.
Can't wait.
Yo, Swizz.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
I'm grateful to meet you.
Yes, man.
Broadcast live.